Hi, I'm Maria, the editor of Tiny Homes in Canada, and we're going to talk about bedrooms today. So grab your tea and let's talk about all the different ways that builders build bedrooms into their tiny homes. And I think one of the reasons that this is always a little bit of a challenge is because a queen bed is a very big flat surface that needs to be incorporated into the floor plan. So builders do this really differently. I wanted to gather kind of a few examples of different bedroom types, and I ended up with 26, and that's not even remotely all of them. So if you like a builder in this video, make sure you go to their website and see what other builds they've built, because they have multiple versions of bedrooms in their designs. So the first section we're going to look at is main floor bedrooms. And the reason for that is they are becoming a lot more popular across Canada because of building code restrictions. And when builders are trying to build, for example, an Ontario building code compliant home, they have a restriction of having 6 foot 11 inches above the mezzanine or loft and the same below the loft. So if they're building with an overall height restriction of being a road legal home, they actually can't fit both of those in. Tiny Homes on the Prairie, for example, has built a storage loft above the bedroom, making it a really kind of cozy space. And they've built in wardrobes and shelving above the bed, so there's extra storage for your blankets and pillows and kind of bedtime things. And there's this really nice, cozy space for you to sleep in. Summit Tiny Homes, who just won a Reader's Choice Awards with this home, they went for the full height bedroom. So this is a main floor bedroom that has the full height. They do have a small loft kind of in the middle of the home. But in this full height bedroom, they actually did this beautiful design that exaggerates the height and makes it kind of a more luxury, dramatic space. This one here by Teacup Tiny Homes, I really love this because they've actually only dedicated the size of the bed to the bedroom. And it is so cozy in there. It's like a little nest, and they have the wood ceiling going above it. I love this. And the way that they incorporated this bedroom into the space, you can see that there's kind of a sliding door, and it's actually the other side of the door is part of the kitchen. It's the pantry. So you can hide this bedroom completely and then reveal to have this little nook that you can snuggle into at the end of the day. So one kind of interesting thing that some builders are doing is that the main floor bedroom doesn't actually have to be level with the main floor. So instead of raising it up to loft level, they're actually raising it up a couple of steps, and they're using a space below. So for example, Acorn Tiny Home has storage underneath the bedroom, and the Sunshine Tiny Homes, they actually have a gooseneck trailer. So that's already a rise in the trailer that they put the bedroom in there. And this White Rock Tiny Home Solutions home is actually not even a home on wheels, but they still decided to raise the bedroom so that they have a little crawl space, storage space underneath. So those are all different types of main floor bedrooms. Another one is a container home. So in a container home, you don't have really any room for levels, but this is a beautiful container home bedroom that they've styled with a double bed because the width is a little bit narrower in a container home. So different things that you can do to cram even more space into your tiny home with a main floor bedroom. So for example, this Wildscape cabin has a twin bunk over a queen bunk as their sleeping arrangement. And I think this is built in, so it could technically be a loft, but you can actually have a bunk bed as part of your decor furniture in your tiny home that is Ontario Building Code compliant. And you can have just a standalone bunk bed that has that configuration. And if you ask your builder nicely, I'm sure they will even build it for you, because it's quite common for tiny home builders to also build the furniture that fits into the tiny home. So another thing you can do is maybe get a smaller bed. So this Canadian Tiny Homes home is a twin day bed at the end of the home. And it's really quite beautiful. It works as a sofa during the day. So it's a way to really dramatically save space, because they basically use the living room and the bedroom as one item. So if you're looking at a tiny home on a foundation, you actually can get a little bit of a wider home, and that means a lot for your bedroom design. So this one, for example, by Teacup Tiny Home is 12 feet wide, and they're able to fit 2 full-size bedrooms into this main floor with kind of a hallway there. And on this one, you can actually see there's two side-by-side bedrooms on the side that are both twin beds. So with the master bedroom on the other side. So there's a lot more space as long as you are willing to drop the wheels and introduce that little extra 4 feet. Something that tiny home builders start to do when they're trying to save space is that they introduce moving elements into the space. So a loft, for example, has a moving staircase that slides in and out to get into the bed so that they can save that little bit of room in the living room. Acorn Tiny Homes introduced an entire bed that raises up to the ceiling, and you can have this fold-out desk and kind of office space underneath it during the day. And then Fritz Tiny Homes sourced this amazing Italian sofa that turns into a full-on bunk bed so that their clients' grandkids can come and sleep over at the tiny house. So finally, let's talk about loft bedrooms, because if you're into tiny homes at all, you've seen lots of loft bedrooms in tiny homes. And if your home is RV certified or it's being used for recreational purposes, that's going to be an excellent way for you to save space. So lofts are very popular among Canadian tiny home builders. So for example, Minimalist has some amazing loft designs where they kind of style that space differently with slats or with shelves. Fritz Tiny Homes has some beautiful lofts. I love how they shift the bed to the wall in their loft, and they kind of have this asymmetrical roof lines, so that creates a really cool space in the loft itself. Fritz has played a lot with kind of their stairs up to the loft. For example, in this one model, they have a little mini closet at the top of the stairs next to the bed. And then on the second half of this, they actually built the stairs to be a little bit shorter so that there's a landing in front of that closet. The closet can be taller and you can get up into your bed from that landing, so you can actually get dressed on there as well. Teacup Tiny Homes has amazing loft designs as well, and they're very kind of architectural and sculptural about that divider from the loft into the main space. This one has a ladder to the loft, which is allowed in RV certified homes. There's also going to be lots of options of ways to get into your loft. So for example, Minimalist has railings on both sides of their stairs, and they often will have these turning stairs. And then Fritz Tiny Homes actually enclose their stairs in a hallway, so there's no way you're going to fall off of them to either side. Lofts can be just a really cool kind of way to add multiple levels to your space. So this Minimalist model has a loft in the middle. So they actually do have a main floor bedroom that is full height at the end. In the middle, though, they have the loft and the bathroom. And then they also play a little bit with the living room level by introducing storage underneath the living room. So keeping in the theme of playing with levels, this is Solid Wood Construction Homes from Nova Scotia, playing with levels with a loft bed and another loft bed underneath with this kind of cool stairway configuration that's built into the beds. And then, of course, any discussion of loft bedrooms built in Canada is not complete without the most spectacular child's bedroom ever built by Acorn Tiny Homes, owner for his son. So this tiny home is amazing in all different aspects, but this little loft bedroom built for his baby son is just the cherry on the cake. And finally, let's talk about outsized bedrooms in tiny homes, because not all builders are trying to save space and cram as much as possible into the home. They do that when you're trying to live in the home full time, but if the home is made for kind of a vacation retreat, hotel suite kind of feel, you can actually see a gigantic bedroom in a tiny home that basically takes up the whole space. So this build by Cocoon Tiny Homes is a great example of that. They actually designed the home as this kind of barbell shape where half of it is a gigantic bedroom and the other half is a gigantic bathroom with this massive soaker tub. In between, there's this tiny, tiny hallway with a kitchenette, and that's all you need if you're going to be using this home as a vacation spa retreat. Same with this one by Nage and Bersan. So it's actually built for vacations, and they have this bedroom that is enclosed in this beautiful glass space where you can look out onto the mountain and the forest. There's a kitchenette there, there's a bathroom there, but the bedroom really takes center stage because that's where you're going to get that great view experience. So That's all the bedrooms I wanted to show you today. I can't believe we went through 26. Please tell me which one you liked and subscribe for more collections from us.